Hello? Everybody here? I'm assuming. All right, so before we get started, the Rich Nano Band will play a few selections for our guests. And really hoping, no, oh yeah, you could. Yeah. So we're gonna play a few things, something soft. Just give them a warm welcome. And then we'll have some speeches after this. Everybody, thank you on this side for coming out. Thank you on this side for coming out. And let's get right to it. presentation on the big screen. Everybody. Okay, so we're gonna give a few kind words, and then we're gonna play the presentation on this.
Now this is going to be a bit tricky, whether I speak to you guys over there or everyone over there. I don't want to keep on swiveling, but never mind. Anyway, I thought that was an absolutely fantastic sound that you guys made there. Absolutely unbelievable. Thank you very much. Certainly woken us up, there's no question of that. And this is only some of you. What is me? That's been an incredible sound when we're all together. There you go. Are you understanding me? Okay. What do you think of the accent? Oh, good. Let me tell you something, actually, I don't have one, but you do, okay? So, there we go. Well, my name is Bob Bone, and I come from London, in England, and we're here today to give you an invitation to a very special event, an event that I am the founder and chairman of, and that Duncan Sands here, who's with me, is the senior patron of. We're both from London, England, and that might give you a little bit of a hint as to what is the event that we're going to be inviting you to take part in. We call the event, we make a proud boast for it actually, the greatest event in the greatest city in the world. So, we'll leave that hanging for a minute. As far as the greatest city is concerned, although you've had the hint. Greatest event, I intend to justify that by telling you a few facts and figures about this event. First of all, I'll tell you it is a parade that features, amongst many other things, marching bands. Next thing I'll tell you about it is it's probably the biggest of its kind in the world. It's a New Year's Day event, it takes place on the 1st of January, and we have in the event around about 9,500 performers drawn from 20 countries around the world who come to perform for us, performing 72 different acts on New Year's Day between 12 o'clock and 3:30 in the afternoon, putting the number of performers and so on into perspective and justifying my boast that it is a big event and a great event. There's an event that you have here, a parade in New York City, for example, next month, Thanksgiving Day. I think it's got something to do with a department store, and they think they're a pretty big thing, and they have about 4,200 performers. Remember, we have 9 or more on average. Makes us, our event, twice as big as that event in New York. Then we have our street audience, which is pretty big as well. Our street audience every year is around about 750,000 people. May not sound a lot to you, but where this event is staged, that's an awful lot of people. And they come out to watch the event, as I say, from 12 o'clock midday to 3:30 in the afternoon, and they do not leave their places. Such is the fantastic quality of the entertainment that is on offer. As the organisers of the event, we regularly ask our audience what they like best in the event, and they always come up with the same answer. They tell us a few other things about get rid of them, get something else in there, and so on, but they always say that the thing they like best are the American college and high school marching bands that we have in the event. You see, in the country where this event takes place, they don't have marching bands. And the reason for that is because they play proper football and they don't need a marching band to make it entertaining. Okay, you don't really understand. So we're probably getting there by now. Another fact about the parade is that it's televised all around the world, and it has a regular audience, literally all around the world, of just 350 million euros for the entire event. So, have I made the event sound as if it's a bit sizable anyway? No, I haven't. Okay. It's going to be a lot bigger. Okay, fair enough. Okay, so do we know where it might be? You've got it. Well, good one. It's London. It's London's New Year's Day parade and festival. And we intend today to invite you to come and perform in that event, be the stars of the show for January the 1st, 2024. Now, before we get any further, I want to introduce you to our event patron, senior patron of the event, formerly the Lord Mayor of the City of Westminster in central London, where the event is held, President of the London Mayors Association, and Deputy High Steward of Westminster Abbey, amongst many other things. But for us, most importantly, a great friend and supporter of the event. And Duncan Sands is going to tell you a little bit about London and a little bit more about the parade route before we look at a video that we hope is going to substantiate everything that we have both told you. So make a lot of noise. Please welcome Duncan Sands.
Thank you very much. And can I just say that performance that you played, that is absolutely stunning. It wowed me, and I can tell you that on the streets of London, you will wow all of those spectators and probably all the people around the world who are watching on the television, the music coming all the way through. It's great to be here. Let me just tell you a little bit about London. It's obviously been an international city for centuries. It's got bucket loads of history and culture in London. We have we're the seat of the monarchy, Parliament, and our government as well. Lots of tourist attractions like the London Eye, world-class museums like the Tate Modern and the National Gallery, but also, as I said, history by the bucket. St Paul's Cathedral, Westminster Abbey, the Tower of London, just to name a few of them. And the wonderful thing about the London New Year's Day Parade is that it goes through, courses through the central part of London where most of this history is located. What I'm going to do is just describe to you what the parade route is. But before I do so, what I'd like to do is to have a show of hands to see who has been to London before. Okay, so a few of you. And those of you who haven't are going to be in for a real treat when you do come. So the parade starts outside London's Ritz Hotel, which is on Piccadilly. You go down Piccadilly to Piccadilly Circus, which is an iconic place often used in promotional photos for London by the Tourist Authority. It's got the big billboards, electronic billboards, but also has the statue of Eros as well. From there you go down Regent Street onto Pall Mall. And I always say at this point that it seems as though you're playing a game of the London edition of Monopoly, because many of the streets that you will process down during the parade are on the Monopoly board. From Pall Mall you go to Trafalgar Square. And Trafalgar Square is named after the Battle of Trafalgar, which took place in 1805. There's a large column about 160 feet tall with the commander of that battle, Admiral Nelson, on top of it. And there's something very important that I need to tell you about Trafalgar Square, because at the base of the top, there are 4 lions. And there is a myth, and I stress that it is only a myth, but myths can sometimes really turn out to be true. There is a myth that if the bell of Big Ben, which is in the Elizabeth Tower and Parliament at the other end of Whitehall, was to chime 13 times, those lions will come alive. So, I would recommend that as you come into Trafalgar Square, you want to keep one ear open to listening out for this, for Big Ben chiming. If you hear Big Ben chiming, then you want to count those chimes. And if you count 13 and the lions do come alive, I'm afraid I don't have any good advice for you, apart from perhaps run for your lives. So from there you go on to Whitehall, which literally is the seat of our government. It's bounded on each side by government departments, and as you go down there, one of the first buildings that you'll come to is Banqueting House. This is the last remaining piece of what the old Whitehall Palace, which is where our kings and queens used to live before they moved to Buckingham Palace. Now, about 350 years ago, there was an event that took place outside Banqueting House that little known to the participants was going to provide some advice for those of you taking part in London's New Year's Day parade. So on January the 30th, 1649, we chopped the head off our king, King Charles I. And the night before his execution, he requested that two undershirts be made out for him to wear the following day, in order that he would stay warm, in order that he wouldn't shiver, in order that people wouldn't think that somehow he was nervous for what was happening that day. And so there you've got regal advice down the centuries to wrap up warmly before taking part in London's New Year's Day parade. So as you go further down Whitehall, you will pass Downing Street, which is where the official residence of our Prime Minister. You will pass the Cenotaph, which is our national memorial for our war dead. And then you come into what, for me, is my favourite part of the parade route, which is the finale arena. And the thing about the finale arena is that although Whitehall, by British standards, is a wide road, it's nothing like the American avenues that you have here. So once you pack in a band, pack in all of the spectators, and play for the last time on the parade route, and particularly when I think that this is only a little under half of you here, and double the amount and all the noise, I worry about the buildings, but the sound reverberates off in such a wonderful way. And I, for one, having heard you this afternoon, can't wait to see you perform in that finale arena, because I just think it will be just a magnificent performance. So when you finish the parade, you will then go off, lead off into Parliament Square, which, as the name suggests, is bounded on one side by Parliament, also by Westminster Abbey, and by our Supreme Court. And there are a number of statues that we have in Parliament Square. And there's one statue in particular that has particular personal meaning to me, which I ask participants to look at as they come into the square. And that's the statue of my great-grandfather, Winston Churchill. And as you come in, I always say to look up at his face, and whilst you may feel that he's looking at you slightly gruffly, take a second look, because actually you'll see that there's a little wry smile, a sort of cheeky schoolboy smile, is how I describe it. Giving you a thumbs up, telling you what a great job you've done on the parade route and entertaining people. Now, I do just want to say that although I've tried as best I can to eloquently tell you about the parade, they say that a picture tells 1,000 words, and I'm delighted that we have a great video which is going to appear up on the screen. Players push up that. So, can you roll the video, please?
Europe's largest firework display got underway, and that international welcome extended into New Year's Day. 10,000 people took part in London's annual parade, marching and dancing through the capital.
Happy New Year! Happy New Year! Happy New Year!
This is London. And this is London's New Year's Day Parade, one of the world's great street spectaculars. Live on the streets of Great Britain's capital city. Graced by performers from across the world and the very best marching bands and cheerleaders from the United States.
The trip's been absolutely fantastic. Our students have had a really amazing experience, getting to see all sorts of different things that they normally wouldn't get to see back home, and we're really excited to be here getting ready for the parade route. We always want our students to think worldly, and I think it's so important for them to see other students doing the things that they do, and not just in their small neck of the woods, but on a global scale.
You learn a lot about yourself and what you want out of life when you travel, and getting to see another culture, another point of view, it's invaluable to any student's education.
London's New Year's Day Parade is broadcast and streamed live across the USA.
21 American marching bands are among 8,500 performers taking part.
Thousands of Americans travel to London for a famous street parade that kickstarts every new year.
They've travelled thousands of miles to be here. Some have performed at London's New Year's Day Parade before. For others, it's a brand new experience.
9,000 participants from 20 different countries.
So they send talent scouts all over the country to find the best of the best and invite them here to London. So we're really honored to be here for this.
Out of the 350,000 cheerleaders who went to summer camp, we are the top 10%.
What was your favorite thing?
London Eye and the fish and chips.
And throughout the New Year week, there's a superb series of concerts in some of London's greatest and most iconic music venues, featuring the most talented young musicians from the USA and Great Britain. It's the experience of a lifetime.
Very excited. Mostly nervous.
Yeah.
I know they're excited to go to Oxford and Windsor one of our days.
Our students and I were having such a good time. We're here at Windsor this afternoon. We're getting ready to go into the castle. And for a lot of my students, it's their very first time. And it's so exciting.
Those lucky enough to be invited to London's New Year's Day Parade can wish many millions a Happy New Year and give the world a wave. London's New Year's Day Parade, a cherished turn-of-year tradition the world over. Become a London legend. It's awesome.
So does that sound like something you'd like to be invited to? So it gives me great pleasure to read the invitation. The founders and patrons of London's New Year's Day Parade and Festival, the greatest event in the greatest city in the world, take enormous pleasure in extending an invitation to Talladega College, Great Tornado Bank, Alabama, USA, to travel to London to star in the 2023-2024 edition of this exclusive and prestigious world-famous event. Congratulations.
Okay, so you seem to quite like the idea, yes? Good. We can't wait to have you. Before we conclude the presentation, there's just a couple more little things we need to do, if that's okay with you. And the first of those is that whenever we come anywhere to present an invitation to a group, wherever they are in the world, and the patron that accompanies us likes to present to the group that we're inviting something that's very personal and very special to him. And on this occasion, Duncan Sands would like to present you with this print of a very, very good oil painting which shows the Elizabeth Tower, which contains the Bell Big Ben, and then standing opposite that is the statue that he referred to when he was talking to you, and that you saw on the video there, the statue of his great-grandfather, Winston Churchill. And we think this really neatly sums up what Duncan is doing there. one more thing we'd like to do. Do you mind? Can you bear with us for a few more minutes? Is that okay? Okay, good. When I was talking to you earlier, I didn't talk about the weather in London, but Duncan did sort of mention it when he said about putting on lots of layers of clothes to cope with the cold. Well, it's not that cold. It's about 45, 50 degrees on January 1st in London, so that's okay, isn't it? You can live with that. But one thing that did happen on the 1st of January 2017 was that it rained. And we didn't like the fact that it rained on our parade. It didn't just rain actually, it was like a monsoon. I mean, it came down and the poor people who were walking at the sort of the edges of the bands were trudging through ankle deep in water, so that wasn't so good. I have to say though that it turned out to be a really good parade because the crowd simply admired the incredible spirit of the performers battling through the weather. However, we didn't really want it ever to happen again, so we asked everybody what we could do to make sure that it wouldn't rain in London between 12 o'clock and 3:30 in the afternoon on January the 1st. Anybody got any ideas here? Because we never did. Sorry? Oh, right. We certainly did all of that. We do that every bit. It clearly didn't work in 2017, so we were looking for a practical solution, and we did get one, which I thought was quite ridiculous at first. It was, somebody suggested an umbrella. And as I know, you're all very bright people, you can clearly work out that my immediate reaction to that was an umbrella. What does that do to stop the rain? It's pretty good when it is raining, if you dry, but to stop it, it doesn't work. And then this person said to me something that I thought was, okay, fine, I'll go on with that. Have you heard the old adage, the old story, said, if you keep an umbrella with you all the time, it's not going to rain. The minute you leave your umbrella at home and go out, it's almost certainly going to rain. You heard that? Yeah. So, to be honest with you, I didn't really believe that it was going to be any good, but we thought we'd put it to the test and give it a try. And so every time we go anywhere now and present an invitation to come to London to perform, we present the group with one symbolic umbrella. Okay? And I have to tell you, it's worked. Because we haven't had a drop of rain in London on New Year's Day between 12 o'clock and 3:30 since the 1st of January 2017, so it works. But it only works if we have the cooperation of somebody in the group that we're inviting. So what I'm looking for now is a volunteer, you might call it a victim, somebody who is prepared to be the Talladega College, the custodian of the London New Year's Day Parade umbrella. I'm not going to choose you because I don't know you, but okay.
So we're not going to do is pick a senior, unfortunately. So this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to take my guaranteed trumpet section leader for next year. For next year.
Chrissy, are you prepared to be the custodian of the umbrella for Talladega? You are? Okay. Definitely? No doubt? Okay. Stay here just a minute, because, I hope you're not going to regret this really, but let's tell you what this entails now. You've now got your hands on the umbrella, right? Remember what I said about keeping the umbrella with you at all times? I mean it. So for 14 and a half months now, until 3:30 in the afternoon on January 1st, 2024, this umbrella must not leave your body. Okay? So that's morning, noon, night, hang on, morning, noon, night, bedtime, in the shower, everything, okay? You stay with that umbrella. You gonna do it? Okay, you sure you're okay with that? Okay, is he gonna be okay with that? I am absolutely certain that he's going to do what he says. But, this is where you all come in. You've got to help me out here, okay? And over there, you as well. You've got to help me. You've got to help me. We have got to make sure that he's got this with him all the time, right? And we have found a use for social media in this. London's New Year's Day Parade is on all of those social media platforms, regrettably some might say, where we are. lnydp.com or at lnydp, depending where you're going. London's New Year's Day Parade, lnydp, right? And should you, and I'm sure it won't happen, see him without the umbrella at any time, what you have to do is whip out your cell phone, take a picture, and post it on our Instagram page, okay? Because we need to know who will be responsible if it rains on January 1st, 2024. Okay? So will you do that for me, please? Will you do that? You won't. Thank you very much. What I can do for you, the only thing I can do for you is give you the pin of the London New Year's Day Parade. So, there we are, that's us done for the day, but I tell you what, I can't really wait until I see you on the streets of London on January the 1st, 2014. I think you are absolutely fabulous. And I promise you that when you come, not if you come, when you come, you will have an experience being a Londoner for a week, an experience that will change your lives in a good way forever. But anyway, for now, thank you very much, everybody. We've enjoyed being here, and we look forward to seeing you again soon. Thank you.
So great. So in the absence of Dr. Benson, we have Dr. Johnson and Dr. Kenny here to formally accept the awards. But before we do that, we as well have gifts for our guests. So inside these backpacks, we have the mural book out the museum that has all the history of Talladega and the Amistad murals that have gained us a lot of fame over the years. And in every backpack there is a book containing the history of the Woodruff murals that belongs to the couple. So we wanted to give all of this to you in thanks for inviting us.
So, on behalf of President Gregory Vincent and the Talladega College community, we want to say thank you for the invitation, and we gladly accept. We look forward to being in London in 2024. And where's the gentleman? Christian? We want you to have that umbrella, because I don't want it to rain, okay? All right. So we look forward
So we're going to retake the picture with the stars of the show in the background. Now, everybody